interesting that there's no commentary, of course, and this is it's good excuse to go to another verse.
Yes.
There is no commentary. But interesting point that there's a two point of view on universe. One point of view we can find in Bhagavatam, and we can say that it's how demigods see things, how demigods see universe. And there is Surya Siddhanta. As far as I know, Surya Siddhanta was written by Maya Danava. It's this demon. We can know him from Mahabharata, when when Arjuna tried to feed Agnidev, and he gave him the whole forest.
Yes.
Maya Danava ran from this forest, and he surrendered to Arjuna, said, "Please save me," and so on, so on. And then Maya Danava built this big palace for Pandavas. So this Maya Danava wrote this Surya Siddhanta. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati have a commentary on it. Still, you can say in India, you can see in India this commentary of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati on Surya Siddhanta. Actually, once Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was a very great astrologer. I heard he had a pension from one Raja in India, whole life pension. Some years Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was astrologer for this Raja, for this king. And for acknowledge this Raja give pension, this lifespan pension to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati quit to be astrologer. And still he paid this pension. I don't know, it's like donation for Gaudiya Math, something like that. So in this Surya Siddhanta, there is another point of view on universe. It's it's practically equal to what modern science, see. There is no this Yojanas and so on, no islands, there is a planet and so on, like that. So there is a two point of view, and seems that point of view we have in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's like Krishna point of view, demigods point of view, quite broader, quite bigger than we can see. I mean, it's difficult to imagine there is an ocean of yogurt. It's not easy. We have body of water without salt and with salt. That's all. There is no yogurt in our planet, in our region. There is no yogurt, no milk, and so on. So we can't imagine that yogurt can be in some other places. But why not? So next verse. Tadvipamadye manasottara namaika evaravachita parachina varshayor Maryada chalo yuta yojanor chayaya namo yatratu chatarshu dikshu chatvari purani lokapalanam indraginam yat uparishtat suryarathasyamirum paribrahmataha Samvatsaratmakam chakram devanam aho rathabhyam paribhramati. Translation. In the middle of that island is a great mountain named Manasottara, which forms the boundary between the inner side and the outer side of the island. Its breadth and height are 10,000 yojanas, 80,000 miles. On that mountain, in the four directions, are the residential quarters of demigods, such as Indra. Yeah, we can see quarters of demigods. So it's definitely it's not as our point of view on the universe. It seems that somebody, higher than everything he described here and see everything like like from there is a как это когда снимают сверху это quadrocopter, like a quadrocopter. Yeah, like a drone, yeah. But we can see the quarters of Indra. In the chariot of the Sangha, the sun travels on the top of the mountain in an orbit called the Samvatsara, encircling Mount Meru. The sun's path on the northern side is called Uttarayana, and its path on the southern side is called Dakshinayana. One side represents a day for the demigods, and the other represents their nights. Purport. The movement of the sun is confirmed in Brahma Samhita Yasyajnaya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakra. The sun orbits around Mount Meru for 6 months on the northern side and for 6 months on the southern. This adds up to the duration of a day and night of the demigods in the upper planetary systems. Samvatsara used in Vedic astrology and Vedic astronomy. I think there is a 60 Samvatsara. It's solar year. And it's changed, I think, in April, something like that. Every Samvatsara changed, I think, in April. I can make mistake. I don't remember actually right now. It's also Tarayana, also used in astrology and astronomy. Ayana means part. Of course, sun move on circle, and one half of the circle calls Ayana. And there is a Dakshinayana and Uttarayana. Uttarayana sometimes called Saumyayana also. Saumya means gentle, means good, gentle. And in astrology, if you burn when there was Uttarayana, sun is good for you in your horoscope. When you burn in time of Dakshinayana, the sun is somehow bad. Every Uttarayana longs for half of a year for us. It's one day, it's night and day for demigods, and half years for us. So half our years is night of demigods. And when there is a night of demigods, demons have their day. And when there is a day of demigods, demons have their night. Okay, next verse. Tadvipasyapya dhipatihi prayavrato vikihotro namaitasya madau ramanaka dhataki namanau varshapati niyujya svayam purvajavat bhagavat kamma shiva evaste. Translation. The ruler of this island, the son of Maharaja Priyavrata named Vitihotra, had 2 sons named Ramanaka and Dhataki. He granted the 2 sides of the island to these 2 sons and then personally engaged himself in activities for the sake of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like the elder brother Medhatidhi. Here we have this very good tradition that when you became old, you should dedicate your life, your activities to Krishna. to Supreme Personality of Godhead, not to move to this. How you call it in English?
Pensionate house.
Pensionate house, I don't know what they do is just sitting looking in the window. We can see what Prabhupada did. Prabhupada, by his age, he was a pensioner. But by his life, he was very active in preaching, very active in distributing knowledge. In Vedic way, there is some steps you should, step over here. First steps, you should hear Vedas, Shruti. It's mean in a school like a brahmachari and so on. Then you can try to practice what you hear. Then you should think about your hearing, about your heart. Mananam. Then you can apply what you heard and what you're thinking. Nidhidhyasana. You can marry it, go working, and so on. Therefore, Grihastha known as Adhikari. Adhikari means one who knows what he's doing. Because sometimes brahmachari doesn't know what they do. I was a brahmachari. Like a children. They don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about yesterday. Live right now, from prasadam to prasadam. It's easy life. Yeah, I remember it. It was a good life. The main problem was doesn't sleep when you chant japa and doesn't overeat. Two main problem of brahmachari. There was no problem outside of that. But when he became a grihastha, had so many problems, so many not problem, but so many things you should do, and simultaneously you should have this Krishna consciousness, frame mind, yeah, Krishna consciousness view on this problem and on all these duty, jobs, works, and so on. So it's not easy. And then after Nitidhyasana, there is a fourth stage. No. I don't remember Sanskrit. It's meaning you should teach others. When you become a pensioner, you should teach others. It's vanaprastha and sannyasi. They should teach others. They shouldn't just sit and do nothing. Play cards, dices, I don't know, watch TV. It's like a vegetable life, not glorious. So Prabhupada was glorious. He dedicated his life. He was a grihastha, and he has 5 children, I think. He was very busy and so on, but then time came and he became a preacher. And we can see in many of his commentary, he said that everyone should do like that. Of course, no one. Of course, not everyone can become so broad as Srila Prabhupada, preaching throughout all the world and so on. But somehow or another, we should preach. And here, this Vitihotra, he give up this land, give up this power he had to his sons, and became a devotee. It's a good пример. Вы говорите по-русски. А зачем мне учить по-английски? Okay. It's a very good example for our leaders, like in Russia we have. In Soviet Union, every leader, he never give up power by his will, but by his will, only by death. It's foolishness. Okay, next verse. Tat Yatvarsha Purusha Bhagavantam Brahmarupinam Sakaramakena Karmana Radhayankidam Kodaharanti. For the fulfillment of material desires, the inhabitants of this tract of land worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead as represented by Lord Brahma. They offer prayers to the Lord as follows. Interesting thing, there's no commentary again, but interesting thing that demigods, they don't address Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. They go to the Lord Brahma. Brahma, they said here, Bhagavantam, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahma Rupinam, in the form of Lord Brahma. Why didn't they didn't go to the Lord Himself? Because they have material desires. Material desires means I want something for myself. And demigods understand the Lord doesn't have any interest to your desire. Yeah, you want something, okay, no problem. Do your karma, and by karma law you can get whatever you deserve. And that's the way you fulfill your desire here in material world. If you have some desire, you should know what to do. There is a sambandha, hide, and prayojana. Sambandha means you have some desire. I want new TV, a new car. This is your prayojana. And to get new car, abhide or process is not to go to the temple and pray to Krishna. Go to work, get some money, work in car, get some money, and buy a new car. So material desire is desire not to connect it to Krishna, not connected to Krishna. That is the problem. Therefore, demigods doesn't go to the Lord Himself to fulfill this desire. They know Krishna has no interest in that. Indra have some examples when Krishna doesn't fulfill his Indra's desire. For example, when Bali Maharaj took everything from Indra. Indra go to the Brahma and ask Brahma, please ask Krishna to return everything to me. I need it. I'm attached, so I feel unhappy when I'm not Indra, when I doesn't have all this opulence and so on. And Krishna came like Vamana, and it's very interesting thing because in the thing Krishna will came, he will kill this demon Bali, took everything from him and give it to me. When Krishna came like Vamana, as Vamana, small Brahmana, sometimes they say it was a dwarf, sometimes they say it was a child. Yeah. So it's very, and he begged from Bali. Not took everything, not just big body with his chakra or cloud. He begged from Bali. Please give me some donation. I need just 3 steps. Bali gave it to him. Just imagine, Indra was Kshatriya. And for Kshatriya, get something from begging is very humiliating. So Vamana came and he begging from Bali and then gave it to Indra. And actually Indra was humiliated by Vamana. Yeah, Vamana Dev fulfilled his desire, but not desirable way. Sometimes way, but by which desire is fulfilled is also important. So Indra was humiliated by Vamana also. And Bali wasn't humiliated. Bali was promoted. We know that in the end of the story, Vamana became doorkeeper of Bali Maharaj. So from a material point of view, we can say that Vamana was humiliated by Bali. Bali remained a king somewhere down. I don't remember the exact planet when Bali became a king, but Vamana became his doorkeeper. And then Lakshmi Devi also, should go to the Bali and beg for Vamana back. So Vamana, he came from Vaikuntha to Bali Maharaj, and Bali Maharaj told him, please be my doorkeeper, and there is no Vishnu in Vaikuntha. So Lakshmi was very disappointed, and she, dressed like a Brahmani, very simple cloth. She came to Bali Maharaj and begged from her husband back. I want him. She came to Bali like an older woman, like a widow in white sari, and she crying. Bali said, I will give everything to you. She's asking, and she said, I want him. And even Lakshmi begged from Bali Maharaj. So Indra was humiliated. Although his desire was fulfilled, but he was humiliated. It was interesting point that even in material world, even if our material desire is fulfilled, we will be humiliated somehow or other. So if we have desire for be a devotee, desire for something, to engage in devotional service. For example, we can think that we need the car for Sankirtana. Then we can go to Krishna directly. We don't need to go to Brahma. For devotional service, we can go to Krishna directly because it's Krishna interest. Like in the previous verse, it said, Bhagavat karma shilaha, being absorbed in activities to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna also have desires. And devotee is one who knows these desires and try to fulfill it. Not his desires, but desires of Krishna. And Krishna will give devotee whatever assistance he needs. You need car, take it. You need money, take it. But if you have material desire, then all this long line go to the Brahma and so on, so on. There is an interesting verse in second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, third chapter, verse 10. It's famous verse. Akama Sarakama Mokshakama Udaradih Tivena Bhakti Yogina Yajeta Purusham Param. A person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of all material desire, without any material desire, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Whole, the personality of Godhead. So we shouldn't be like demigods. Yeah, we have material desire, and there is a way to fulfill it, go to the Brahma and so on. Bhagavatam said, no, you should be more intelligent. Udara Dhihi. Udara means higher, Dhihi means intelligent. And Prabhupada translated as broader intelligent, one who more intelligence, one who more intelligent, no matter akama, no desire, sarva kama, all desire, moksha kama, you desire for liberation, you should Tivrena Bhakti Yogina. Tivrena is very interesting word. In word Bhagavatam, in synonyms, it's translated with great force. In translation, Prabhupada said by all means. By all means. Tivrena means intensive. So our bhakti yoga should be very intense. Good japa, good prasadam. Every day studying books, kirtans, and so on. Tivrena. And it doesn't matter. You have all desire, you have no desire, you desire for liberation. It doesn't say it here that all your desire will be fulfilled. It doesn't say it like that. But you will purify your desire. Once you will understand that you can be happy without this desire. Actually, you can't be happy with all this desire. And when your desire will be purified, and when you purify it, lights of desire just go away because it's very artificial. It's very artificial. To have a car, for example, I already have a car, but it's too old. There is no rear camera. And this mirror is not folding down, not folding and opening automatically. I want a new car, and artificial. You have a real, you can go. It's okay for me. It's enough for me. I need a new wife, new husband. We have so many artificial desires. So when we became purified by devotional service, so many desires, just fell down from us. Don't need it anymore. And that's the way to become happy. Material man can't be happy because materialistic man can't be happy because he always hunted by so many desires every day. In psychology, they say we change about 100 desires in 1 minute. So they always circling in the mind. I want this, I want this, I want this. It's a hellish situation. When you change japa, when you take prasadam, and when you purify your consciousness, many desires just fell down from our mind, from our consciousness, and we became happy. And then some desire became stronger. Desire to serve Krishna, desire to be more purified, desire to give good for others, and so on. This desire became stronger and stronger, and that's how you became happy, and that's how you do good for the society. Therefore, it is said, one who have broader intelligence, go to the devotional service. And very important point, once again, our devotional service should be Tivrena. Very intense, very intense. Or how Prabhupada said, by all means. For example, now we are brahmachari, and there is one set of means to serve to Krishna. Then we became grihastha, and there is another set. For example, brahmachari doesn't have his kitchen. It's a temple kitchen, and he should eat whatever they cook in the kitchen. That was my great problem when I was a brahmachari. For me, it's not easy to digest everything what they give it to me. There are certain sets of products I can digest. It's one of the reasons, one of the main reasons why I'm married. To get food which I can digest. When you became a grihastha, you can have your own kitchen, your own products, and so on. That's mean by all means worship the supreme whole. It can be in Finland, in Russia, in Lithuania, in Estonia, and it means that there is some some sets of rules, some sets of accommodations and so on. So everything can change, but he should serve to Krishna by all means. He should find a means to serve Krishna, find a way to serve Krishna in that circumstances. Okay. I don't know, is there any question?
Okay, it seems like
Like they say in Lithuania, Klausimus. It's question in Lithuania. Okay.
it seems like Lord Brahma, he is like a guru for demigods, or he's more in like a role of how say it, our ultimate managerial authority in the universe. Because like what comes to my mind is Brihaspati, he is a guru of demigods, and Shukracharya is a guru of demons. So it seems like demons are always fighting over powers. They don't have like one controller, they can't even they had, and then Prahlad Maharaj, and then Bali Maharaj. It's always like the leader of the demons, but it seems like they're fighting so much, but demigods are more like abides to authority. It seems like Lord Brahma is like ultimate authority, isn't it? So what can you say?
We can see from Srimad Bhagavatam that Lord Brahma doesn't interfere too much with all the demigods. Sometimes he came to them when they do some yagyas, something like that. Brahma came to them. It seems that actually, usually Brahma, stay in his abode. For example, Brihaspati is, living with demigods. This is a difference. Brahma is like a god for them, like a demigod for demigods. when they have a problem, they go to the Lord Brahma very respectfully and so on, like GBC for us. I don't know, like president of country. We doesn't see him often. Yeah. We know him, we knew him. He's somewhere there, do something, but we doesn't see him. Maybe he is a guru, he is authority, but authority is far authority, like you can say like that. I don't know if this is sensible. Because I see usually, you can see in some stories from Bhagavatam, from Puranas, Brahma just came to them from time to time. And they came to him. So it seems that they don't live together. They don't have same problem like that. So Brahma is quite bigger, quite higher than them. Yeah.
Another like continuation question, because familiarity brings content. So how not to become familiar, because in society of devotees, like temple environment, or devotees may live in farm communities or live together in one, like in Riga they have this bhakti center, they have so many families living together. So how not to become familiar with devotees, what is recipe?
We should serve them. When there is a service, there is no familiarity. Prabhupada often says that we should address Prabhu. They say now that even Mataji should be addressed as Prabhu. I don't know, Prabhupada doesn't say like that. Yeah, they have this, how to say, feministic view. But it's not a sin to call Mataji Prabhu. So if it's not sinful, you can do this. That's okay for me. But for me, Mataji is more respectful, actually. Like a mother is much more respectful than Prabhu, for me personally. Therefore, I call it Mataji. But when you have this proper attitude, Prabhu, Mataji, and you serve them, I think there is no possibility to be familiar. Familiarity means at least we are equal. But usually I am higher, you know. Sometimes we are equal, yeah. But usually I'm a higher, you know. I'm a more intelligent, I'm a higher. Usually like that. I think I was a temple president for about 10 years. And I saw when you have this proper attitude, I'm your servant. There is no possibility for familiarity. Even if you have very friendly relationship, you know, you're not like a demigod you're not like acting like a demigod for your juniors, for your, how to say, subordinate. You know, I'm like a Brahma and go out from my office once a day. You can approach me like that. No, even if you are quite, you know, friendly and so on, but if preaching is that you should be servant, there is no familiarity. Just serve to each other. That is my experience. But sometimes you can feel that someone's familiar to you, and it will be harmful for his Krishna consciousness. So when something like that, you should make some distance. For example, there is in English they use word you, but you know in Russian we have ты и вы. Ты is more familiar, and вы it's more respectful. You can start use вы. And that's make distance between.
Yes, they have said in Finnish, sima ja te. They sometimes say in spoken language it says sa. That means like very respectful. In English actually they say like sir. Like Prabhupada was also just like my dear sir. Because it's more respectful. Or even sometimes they call people lord, like in England, lords. It's like very respectful. But nowadays, like, you know.
I don't know.
Not so much.
If somebody called me Lord, it will be very, how to say, uncomfortable for me. Govinda Maharaj will use it. Sir. Yeah, so it's use it. He uses it.
Yeah, he's speaking with the disciples. He said,
what can I do for you, sir?
Yes. So then you feel proper, healthy attitude.
Yeah, to establish this.
Yeah, this
healthy attitude. Yeah.
And this also this little distance, which is healthy distance. Yeah.
But I think the main point you should preach the proper mood. You should preach it. In the temple, there should be a preaching of proper mood. You are servant, another devotees, they are near to Krishna, we should serve them, we should help them, and so on and so on. Even if some devotee is junior to you, he is your Prabhu, you should serve him by giving good example, by giving good instructions. And so this is your service, not that you're junior, you're senior. Lucky you, you can exploit him. You can do with him whatever you like. No. This is your service. You serve him like that. So you are junior to him because this is your service. But this is form of service, to be a senior. And when there is a good preaching, there will be a good attitude. And I think it's a very good medicine. Okay. I hope you understand at least 10% of my English. Is there something else? That's a funny thing, you know. All three of us speak in Russian.
На самом деле сейчас уже трансляция выключилась.
Не, YouTube настроил.
Что?
Это YouTube.
А, с ноутбука.
Да.
Arrival. Sina Olin Vedanta Krit. Arrival. Okay. Grantarat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada Patit Parad ki jai.
Jai.
Go Premanandi.
Hari Hari Bol.